In the MGM Concert Hall tonight, Meredith Willson presents the true story of a melody that is better known than that of any Beethoven symphony, or of any song in the hit parade, or of any folk song that I can think of. But I'm sure there are very few of you who can tell the name of the man who composed it. His name was Franz Gruber. He was born in a little town in Upper Austria almost 150 years ago. His father was a poor linen weaver. So although Franz was interested in music almost from the time he was a baby, there was little money available for study. But Franz Gruber was a boy of talent as well as determination. At home beside his bed, he built into the wall a series of little blocks about the size of the keys of an organ. And there he practiced. One Sunday, the regular church organist having been taken suddenly ill, the boy Franz, only 12 years old, leaped to the organ bench and played the entire service of High Mass from memory. It was just 10 years later, in the year 1818, when he was only 22 years old, that the young man made his deathless contribution to music. The parish priest, a man named Joseph Moore, burst into Gruber's house on Christmas Eve with a poem he had just completed. The priest read the verses to his friend and suggested that Franz supply a melody to accompany them for the Christmas services in the church the next day. Within an hour, Franz Gruber had conceived and finished his masterpiece. It was played and sung in the church at Oberndorf next day without altering a note, and made a profound impression on the Christmas worshipers. However, only 50 years after it was written, all record of the melody's authorship had been lost. A discussion of its origin, which accidentally took place in the presence of the composer's 12-year-old son, led to the discovery that it was not a folk song, but the composition of Franz Gruber. And so let us enjoy it again, as Meredith plays it. And let us be thankful not only for Christmas, but also a little for the obscure and modest Franz Gruber, who wrote Silent Night, Holy Night. Warren, a couple of weeks ago, you made the statement that women could easily win their husband's praise by changing to the new Maxwell House coffee. Well, at a dinner party last night, one fellow doubted it. He said a man wouldn't notice any difference in the coffee, and even if he did, he wouldn't thank his wife.
I hope you stood up for me.
Certainly I did. After the argument settled down a little bit, our hostess took us in the kitchen and we made 2 cups of coffee. One out of Maxwell House and the other one out of another well-known brand. Then the fellow who started all the trouble had to admit the difference. But he still wouldn't admit women are interested in trying new things to please their husbands.
Bob, your friend must be a bachelor. He's too cynical. No smart wife would ever pass up the opportunity of giving her husband a better-tasting cup of coffee. Anyway, thanks for defending my honor so nobly and so well. Now, as a matter of fact, folks, millions of wives have already earned their husbands' thanks by serving the new Maxwell House coffee. We believe this is due to two important improvements. First, Joel Cheek's original blend, which made so many friends for Maxwell House, has been still further enriched. Today, this superb blend is smoother and far more mellow than any coffee you've probably ever tried before. Second, the new Radiant Roast process roasts each bean all the way through, as evenly inside as out. It brings out more of the true flavor of the coffee. There's no weak coffee due to under-roasting, no bitter coffee due to parching. So tomorrow, ask your grocer for a pound of the new Maxwell House coffee. It comes in the same blue super vacuum can you've always known. You'll delight in coffee that's richer and smoother with more downright satisfaction than ever. Now, more than ever, this is coffee that's good to the last drop.
What's all the excitement about? Quiet, for heaven's sake.
My dear sir, I don't care what the Archduke told you. I don't like the suit, and I won't pay for it. Good day.
Well, what's the matter, Frank?
What's the matter? Look what my imbecilic tailor sold me for a Tyrolean suit.
Oh, for the love... Frank, where's the rest of it?
My boy, you're so provincial. It's refreshing. The whole Tyrolean costume is historic. The blouse in memory of the Swiss patriot, William Tell. The coarse leather braces, part of the uniform of the ancient Swiss regiment, Les Chasseurs. The green half-hose, a relic from the Saxon peasants, and the green frill shorts, a remnant from Saxe Herald Square.
Well, the hat's no slouch either.
Well, of course, you understand it takes quite a fine figure of a man to wear such a revealing outfit.
Yes, I was just thinking.
Yeah.
Who pumps up your knees, Frank?
Young, you're just jealous. In Switzerland, bare knees are de rigueur.
Yeah. All right, pretty pants. Why are you wearing this outfit?
Well, I'm wearing it in honor of my paternal great-grandfather on my mother's side, a Swiss watchman.
Your great-grandfather made watches?
Well, just the cases. My great-grandmother gave him the works.
Oh.
All of my ancestors came from the Tyrol, and of course I spent my own boyhood conquering the peaks of Switzerland.
Mountain climbing now.
Yes.
You couldn't climb an anthill, Mr. Morgan.
Alpenstock Morgan, sir. In Switzerland, I was known as the craftiest creeper that ever crawled under a cravat.
Cranberries.
Young, it might interest you to know that I have climbed every important peak not only in Europe but also in America. I'm the only man alive who ever scaled the front of Indian Head Bluff in Colorado.
Never heard of it.
Only 80,000 feet high, that's all.
80,000.
Just about 4 inches less than Mount Everest. But I climbed Indian Head Bluff in 27 minutes flat, wearing only shorts and a tennis shoes.
What a climb.
What a bluff. But the real mountain climbing is
Frank,
really in...
Frank, did I hear you say you'd been in Switzerland?
You heard me. The real mountain
May
climbing...
I ask you...
Go away. Bob, how do you find Meredith these days?
Oh, I just pushed back his hair, and there he is.
You'll soon be ready for cafe work.
Oh.
Where was I?
In Switzerland, Camembert.
Oh. Yeah, Switzerland.
Yeah.
Let me see. Alps Cheese Mountains. Saint-Maurice. Oh, those golden days and nights in Saint-Maurice. I always stayed at the exclusive Hotel Bête Noire, favorite resort of continental society, where the rooms are $100 and $200 a day.
Well, what's the difference?
Well, the $200 rooms had mousetraps. When I last visited the hotel, my suite overlooked...
Frank, could I ask you...
Go away! My suite overlooked the ice arena. The most beautiful rink in all Europe. 80 feet in diameter, a perfect circle of crystal clear ice. I couldn't resist the temptation.
What temptation was that, Frank?
Well, to revisit the scene of my triumph in the Olympics in 1912, when I was the idol of the crowds, the pet of the photographers...
Frank!
Yes.
You were an Olympic champion?
1,000 times the champion, my boy. I won the speed skating, slow skating, figure skating, and cheap skating. In skiing, I won the downhill slalom and the uphill glide. But you should see me on a sled, Bob.
A bobsled?
You slay me. I won the 4-man and 2-man bobsled.
Now listen here,
and-
Frank. I
What?
want to ask you a question, darn it.
Go away!
No, darn it.
Why?
You've been in Switzerland, and you can tell me.
All right. Anything from Switzerland. What is it, Meredith?
Do I look like a St. Bernard?
You mind if I answer that question?
Pray do.
Go away, Meredith.
Darn it, I won't go away.
Oh.
I know a mountain climbing joke.
Oh.
You want to hear an Alp calling to its mate?
No.
Hi, Cliff. Darn it.